What's going on YouTube? We finally got a new knife in to review, and we got the Knifecenter exclusive 20 CV elementum button lock. There it is on the table next to the two of the originals that I got. The micarta and the G10, which I think that's G10. Anyway, there's three of them sitting right there. We're going to talk about the differences of them, and I was really excited about this knife. This is one of my favorite carry knives. I've been carrying it since they came out. I think I was probably one of the first people who bought one of these things. I just really like a button lock, one. And two, this is a very practical knife. It's got a really nice grip to it, really nice jimping, really nice blade length. I mean, it is a very practical knife to use, and no matter what grip you put on it, seems like it fits pretty well. So what are the differences? Well, in the original, you had 14C28N, and this new one we got 20 CV blade. 20 CV is very similar to your M390 204P kind of a blade steel. It's just everybody's making 20 CV these days. It's kind of the 2022 premium steel that everybody's going after. M390 and 20 CV is on everything that is premium. And well, they didn't shortchange you this time. The Knifecenter exclusive, and I'm really kind of happy that they did this because, like I said, this is one of my favorite blades of last year, this year. I've been carrying this probably more than I have carried most other things. I mean, I'll throw a bug out in my pocket, and I'll throw one of these in my pocket. Those are kind of the two major knives that I carry, which I ain't done a review on the bug out yet, but I'll probably do one. Just so many of them out there, I don't know if it's even worth doing. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me do a bug out review. Anyway, so the biggest differences that I can tell you about this knife is the original blade has a hollow ground up to the bevel here, and this one is a flat ground, which in my use of the knives over the last week or two, I haven't really seen much difference. I don't notice a huge slicing difference in performance because I think maybe because this is a satin blade and this is a kind of stone ground, this one has a little more friction to it when it's going through stuff, and this satin blade wants to just go through it. I haven't really noticed much difference, honestly. So it has not made a performance difference in that way. However, I do notice a difference in edge retention with the 20 CV over the 14C28N. I've had to sharpen this one a few times since I got it, but no big deal. The 14C will sharpen up real easy, real quick. Obviously, you got titanium scales on it, and it's still shadow boxed by those steel liners. And that is basically it. You got a different pocket clip. You can see that right there. That's the original, and this new one seems to be a little more rigid, and those screws seem to sit in a little bit better, whereas these original ones, they get loose. I've had to Loctite this one, and I haven't carried this one quite enough to need to Loctite it yet, but these original pocket clips got loose pretty easy. This one I haven't had any trouble with. Maybe that's just because it's going into the titanium. I'm not really sure. The centering on my particular one's pretty dang good. And as for this fuller, which is obviously different than the original, I don't see much point in the fuller. Because the blade lock's closed when it is closed, you can't really flick it, you can't really open it with your thumb, so you gotta hold it. I mean, I'm left-handed, so all bets are off for you righties. But you gotta hold that button down, and then you gotta flick it open. I guess it can be done. It's not particularly comfortable, but I find that it's easier to just give it the wrist and get it open. Get it closed. You kind of hear a little difference in the sound of them. This one's got a higher pitched ping to it, and this one's kind of more dead sounding. Those are basically the biggest differences I've seen. Obviously, the biggest difference you're going to notice between them is the price tag. $175 for this new Knifecenter exclusive, and you're looking at $75 for the original. But you're getting a huge upgrade in materials. Obviously, titanium is more durable than micarta, and obviously 20 CV is a much more premium knife steel than the original 14C28N. But if you are in love with this knife already, if the elementum is something that you really like and you've been carrying or whatever, you want that upgraded version, you want that nice steel, you're kind of a steel snob like me, and you're like, man, if this came in 20 CV or M390 or M something or another, I'm gonna have to have it. Well, that's what happened to me. I saw it on there and I was like, you know what? I got to have that. I got to put that in my pocket and carry it around because I love me some nice steel, man. I like to show off my knife. I like to pull it out and go, hey, check that shit out, man. I mean, stuff. Dag nabbit. But anyway, I mean, if it's not one of your favorite knives already, I don't see the upgrade being worth it. Don't buy the 20 CV. Don't spend the money on this knife if this isn't something that you already want. Because this original, this 14C28N, is more than capable as a pocket knife. It's a great knife. And, you know, this is worth the $75. I don't think that really this extra $100 gets you anything that makes this knife more capable or better to use or carry. So that's really my opinion on it. I love the knife. I think because it is one of my favorite knives that it was worth it for me to buy it because I wanted to add that to my collection. But I don't think that it's a better knife than the original. And I don't think that that's really worth purchasing unless this is one of your favorite knives you want to add to your collection, man. Anyway, that's about all I got to say about it. If you like this video, like it. And if you don't, then don't. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.